Okay, so the Microsoft Surface event just went down and they dropped some really cool stuff. It actually makes me feel like Microsoft is in the front. Like they're the leaders right now of companies making actually innovative and practical stuff that people would want and would use. So I'm going to start off with the two kind of surprise products they have, the Microsoft Surface Neo and the Surface Duo. Both of these are dual screen devices. They're not foldable screens. They're just two screens attached with a hinge, but they look awesome. The Neo is a foldable tablet, the Duo is a foldable phone, and the hardware looks incredibly well done. It's thin, it's super portable, it looks good when it's closed, it looks good when it's open. They've done an excellent job with the aesthetics, and that's really, really important for this type of product. Like, we've seen devices before that could fold. I'm not talking about like the Galaxy Fold, but we've seen devices that had two screens that could fold shut, but this is the first one that looked so clean and so nice, and that's one of the reasons why people are interested, because it looks so good. Now, when they showed like usage scenario, they did a good job with it. Like when you look at how that person was using it, it looked practical. Like it's obviously not for everyone, but I think a lot of people look at that usage scenario and they're like, I could see myself using a device like that in real life. And it's kind of contrast to what Samsung's Galaxy Fold event was like, where they had a guy that was trying to convey the use of multitasking, but just felt a little contrived. The Surface Neo usage actually looked legit. Now, app developers are going to have to spend the time and effort to create compelling apps for a dual screened interface like this, but I think it can be done, and I think this product is going to be cool. The foldable phone, the Duo, the development for that looks tougher. Like, not that it's harder to make apps for phones, it's just that the practical usage case of having a dual screened smartphone isn't as clear. But there's definitely something really cool about these foldable Surface devices, and I just hope they gain traction so that we can get to see some really cool stuff being made for these types of devices. Okay, moving on to the Surface laptops. So they announced a new 13-inch and a new 15-inch device. They both run USB-C, but the thing that's most interesting to me, and I think for a lot of people, is the fact that the 15-inch model runs an AMD chip. So they claim that that 15-inch AMD-based laptop is running the fastest or most powerful laptop CPU in its class. And there's some truth to that. It's just that the class that they're talking about has to be very small, because that chip in there is still a 4-core CPU. Both the Ryzen 5 and the Ryzen 7 that they offer are good CPUs, but they're not like super powerful. Understand that even stuff like the MacBook Pro, like the 15-inch one, and stuff like the Razer Blade 15, they're bigger and heavier laptops, but they are more powerful. The 15-inch Surface laptop is kind of in a class of its own. It's got a 15-inch screen, but it's super, super lightweight. I also love the fact that it's got this removable keyboard deck and a removable SSD, so people can upgrade the drives in their systems, which is so much nicer than what Apple has to offer, even what the Surface laptops from the previous years have been, like repairability, modularity. It's a nice thing. They also have fast charging on the Surface laptops this year, so 80% in an hour, which is a lot faster than the current Surface laptop. Like, these take almost 3 hours for a full charge. The Surface Pro products, Surface Pro 7, been updated, especially with USB-C, but nothing super special there. The product of most interest to me of this entire lineup, definitely Surface Pro X. That is a product that is entirely focused on energy efficiency. So it's running these ARM chips that are much lower wattage yet still provide decent performance. And because of the energy efficiency, it can be super thin, it can have a small battery while still having a 22-hour battery life. It doesn't need a fan, it doesn't need a huge heatsink. It can do a lot of stuff that the regular Surface Pro can't do just because of its energy efficiency. And they built the entire product around that. It's got this really slim pen that fits into the type cover. And I think for a lot of people, this is a perfect product for them. Like, if you've been someone that's tried to replace your laptop with an iPad, but you couldn't get that workflow to go nicely because you just were too dependent on having like a file system and stuff like that, this could be it, just because of the fact that it runs Windows 10, and it even runs a binary translator so that a lot of Windows applications will be able to run off of this ARM processor. I think it's a really cool product, and I'm just really curious to see what this thing looks like and feels like when it actually comes out. Okay, this is one of the most interesting events that I've seen a tech company drop in 2019. Actually, in many years, actually. They have a huge spread of products that is interesting for so many people. So this is what I'm gonna do. I think this time around in the comments, I'm just gonna spend a lot of time in the comments just to see what you guys think about these products. Like, is there one that's of particular interest to you? Is there something that you want to see like in more details of? Like, I wanna hear what you guys think. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thumbs if you liked it, subs if you loved it. See you guys next time.